on
We've
the
heard you
planet.
say that. Let's not do the name calling. Let's
Okay.
try and keep calm.
Okay, Gem.
Do we have access to the secret spreadsheet yet?
It's not a secret. You made it up, you stupid fuck.
Well, you said no. You brought it in and you said you couldn't show it to us.
Oh.
You couldn't release the secret
Fuck
spreadsheet.
you. See this? You guys just keep pretending shit. You're just in pretend land. And you're happy with it. And you're talking to Dallas all day. You're talking to Dallas. You're so bored. You're so fucking mental. That you're like, you can't wait for Johnny B. You can't wait for Joby. When the fucking normalest dude around is Joby? Jesus Christ.
Do you think what you're doing is normal right now?
No, I'm punishing you guys.
Oh, brilliant. That's normal.
By being here?
Well, I mean, you're just supplying garbage. You're pretending stuff, and you're applying your fears and your lack of understanding of life towards me. I don't know what a lab coat is.
All right, let's get it back.
It sounds like you've been asked.
All right, we're awful people. We get the message. Let's have the conversation. No, listen. I've heard that. You've said that. Stop saying it now. Let's say some other things.
Okay. So now we all understand how goofy the lab coat really is.
Oh, we're just going to say the same thing again.
No, if people think that a lab coat makes you an expert, they're badly mistaken.
I don't think people think that, though, Dan.
Well, they do, and I can show
No,
you
that's not
a video regarding it. Oh my God, Earth Clues 14 is about it. It's called the Code of Clarability. It's really common.
Dan, come on.
Well, I mean, you're pretending you don't, that it's not true.
Can I respond?
It was your statement.
Okay, just keep talking. Keep going. Then I won't be able to respond. That's what you're trying to achieve. You're scared, as always.
I'm scared.
Right. Yeah, well, why don't you let me respond?
It was your
chance to run away.
It was your false statement.
So the answer would be go ahead, wouldn't it, if you actually wanted me to respond?
He's scared, Jim Panda.
I haven't made a statement. So I don't know why we're talking about my false statement. I haven't made a statement.
Then why did I respond to something?
So I don't know, because you're frightened that I might ask another question.
And how did you apply fear? How did you apply fear?
All flat. Well, I don't know. You're behaving in a way that you don't want to hear what I've got to say.
I want to smack Rob right in the fucking mouth.
Okay,
so that's why I'm a little upset.
Thank you for that.
You can't handle the Rob. You can't handle
Rob. Don't bite, please. So, what do people? What do people consider you an expert in? And
it's not.
What?
It's not even. It doesn't even cross their mind. Doesn't even cross their mind.
But you said they consider you to be an expert.
They consider someone in a lab coat someone that they could come ask questions to.
Okay,
that's
so what? Right, but
they're used to seeing. They're used to seeing it in an educator position.
Okay, but what questions do they feel they can get answered from you? A guy in the street in a white coat. What?
Well, that's not for me. That's not for me to say. That's for them to say.
Well, no, it's for you to say. You're saying that this happens. What? Because it doesn't make sense to me that people on a night out see a guy in a white coat and think, "Oh, I must go and get my question answered." There's an expert standing in the street. It doesn't really add up, does it?
Yeah, I can debunk it right now.
Pretty much my question as well.
It's no different than your little group here waiting for a flat earther, so you can go take a shot at them.
Oh, it's very different.
You don't think they want to take a shot at a flat earther?
Oh, I think it's good. Oh, well, right. Well, that's a very different thing, isn't it?
It's exactly what I'm saying, though. It's exactly what I'm saying.
No, what you were saying was they see the white coat and think there's a person who can give me sound information on something.
It's just they recognize their
what, Dan?
That they see someone in a white coat and they believe them was the point that you were making, isn't it? Now you're saying they see you in a white coat and think, oh well, there's someone who shouldn't be believed and who we can go and argue with because he's going to say something unbelievable.
Either way, they recognize their opportunity.
Yeah, but either way, you're using the white coat. You're using the white coat on false premises to begin with.
There is no false premise. That's just something you're clinging to.
What's your interaction rate?
Because the false premise is that someone with credentials knows what they're fucking talking about.
But that's not true, Dan. You've just told us that that isn't the reason they're coming up to talk to you. The reason is because they think you're a flat earther and it'll be a good laugh. They're not coming to you for expert advice because they've seen a guy. Because they've seen a guy in a white coat and they think that he will be able to give them sound information on something. That's not true at all.
So let's describe the difference when I do and don't wear the coat. In other words, let's say I'm not at the Flat Earth station and I'm just walking down the street. Let's say I hit up the McDonald's line. The respect that people give you when you wear a lab coat is, although not important and not warranted, is amazing. It is amazing.
Dan, I hate to say it, I gotta say it again. If I was standing on the pier next to you and I'm dressed in military fatigues and someone comes up to me and says, "Hey, can you tell me about how the military works?" Would I be wrong or right to pretend I know about the military, Dan?
I used to always say that if you had a flashlight,
I used to change the subject.
That's not a real answer.
Flashlight and a keyboard. Well, I don't really care what Rob says or thinks. Do you?
Well,
because Rob got your number.
You should care about you do.
This is a forum.
Is Rob something you guys should stand behind?
I got your number.
Do you guys feel comfortable in Rob's hands?
Yes, he's a great man.
Hey, Rob, what if you've got Down syndrome and you're dressed up like an army soldier?
I mean, Robin Moreira's flat earther, right? Because he's one of yours, Dan.
Then you might be in the Marines.
You know what?
How about if you got Down syndrome and you're wearing an army outfit? Because Dan's the same way. You can be a mongoloid you can be a mongoloid, and as long as you got a white coat on, people will think you're serious.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point, man. The whole premise of the code is to give him, because he said it himself, they won't talk to him without the code on. He's just a normal guy. But he puts the code on, it at least gives them something to look at to say, hey, maybe I can talk to him. So his whole intentions to begin with are just
it's like he probably has the answers, but if he's a mongoloid in a
David, shut that shit up, man. Quit talking about mongoloids, goddamn.
And I'm saying
you're supposed to be on break. Dan, I want to ask you a question. Where do you wear that lab coat? Down along Santa Monica, Venice Beach, or what? That kind of area?
Yeah. Or Hollywood Boulevard as well.
So places that are known for the fucking wackos, right? Do you think that's a great place to do that?
It's open in the back.
I do.
He does it at night time when everyone's on the piss as well. By the way.
Even better.
What it really is.
To be fair, he looks like an ice cream man who's lost his van.
What's important for you guys to get around to recognizing is that people haven't met or engaged flat earthers. They don't think they're real. And my goal is for them to meet and see the face of a flat earther.
And the
so you should wear a flat earth t-shirt.
The first time they meet you is under the false pretenses of this lab coat, and that's their introduction.
There's nothing false about it.
Yeah, you should wear a helmet instead.
Yeah, what
you did
what need have you had for a lab coat then in your flat Earth endeavors? When did you need a lab coat?
It represents the work we've done as amateur scientists.
So you've never needed a lab coat. Is what you.
And he didn't earn it. He didn't earn it. The code is given to you.
You haven't done anything at all in the laboratory, but you want people to think that you have.
Yeah,
you got to earn a white coat, dude.
It's not. Have you guys watched Flat Earth Clues 14?
Like wearing a police uniform.
It's called the code. It's called the Code of Credibility. It's about this. It's detailed. It talks about someone like, for instance, Bill Nye, that doesn't have the credentials, but wears one on television all the time. No, he doesn't.
He's an applied scientist. He's an engineer.
Right.
And does he need...
either.
And when he's on TV, he is actually doing experiments. Right?
You are full of shit!
Oh, there we go.
Okay, he's never done.
He's a fucking actor, and you don't know shit about what you just said.
Also an engineer.
Mixing chemicals and shit on camera.
Right, he's still doing experiments on camera, right?
No, he is not. As a matter of fact,
never done an experiment.
He gets gigs as a spokesperson. He is a spokesperson for science. He is not doing science. He is not qualified to do science.
I didn't say he was doing science. Fuckwit. Let's stay with what I've said and not distort this into, oh, you said he was a scientist. You said he's got scientific qualifications. You said he's doing science. I didn't say that. I said he does experiments on television, to which you've screamed objections. So let's stay with that. Nothing other than that. He does experiments on television.